Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the difference between burning calories versus burning fat calories and how we can actually differentiate whether we're losing body fat or whether we're actually losing weight, because losing weight is a combination of losing fat, dropping water, or perhaps losing muscle. So we need to have a clear and better understanding as to how we're actually burning calories versus how we're actually burning fat calories. So in terms of burning calories, we need to understand that the body has different energy systems, and genuinely speaking, whenever we are engaging in any form of exercise, which is planned, structured, it's repetitive, it could be resistance training, it could be going for a run, we are going to be breaking down something called glycogen. Now, glycogen is known as a polysaccharide, which just means it has thousands and thousands of glucose monomers, which are simple monosaccharides, joined together. And I want you to think of this as a pearl necklace that you wear around your neck. That's the structure of it, and that's exactly how it looks. So whenever we engage in that bout of exercise, we are breaking down glycogen into its simplest form, more commonly known as glucose. And glycogen is stored in the liver and in the muscle. So of course, if we're breaking down glycogen, we're not actually burning stored fat calories within adipose tissue. Whereas if our goal is to lose body fat, and we actually want to swap energy systems and we want to focus on losing that stubborn belly fat, which sits at the bottom of your belly, well, we need to factor in when we're breaking down glycogen and when we are breaking down fat. So I highly recommend that whenever you are engaging in exercise, that your pre, intra, and your post-workout meals, they do prioritize some form of carbohydrate intake, just because we aren't going to be replenishing that liver and muscle glycogen. However, across the day, I would aim for pro-fat meals. So meals that contain protein and fat with very little carbs, anywhere between 20 to 50 grams for the total day. Now, of course, if you are engaging in specific types of exercise which require you to eat a significant number of carbohydrates, then understand that it's going to be very difficult for you to burn stored fat calories. Nonetheless, you could look at a calorie deficit as a whole, but that means you will lose weight and lose some body fat. But if our overall goal is to actually lose body fat, then we want to reduce the amount of carbohydrate we're consuming and prioritize protein, but also fat consumption. Now, some of you might say, well, fats, they're high in calories. They most definitely are. They are an energy-dense macromolecule. They contain 9 kilocalories per gram, but they act very little when it comes to insulin. So insulin is what drives glucose from the blood into your cell. It's a storage hormone. So our goal is to actually reduce the amount of insulin spikes across the day so that your body can tap into that stored fat and actually convert it into a fuel, which the body can then use as an energy. So number one, understand that different types of exercise need to be differentiated. If you're running, if you're swimming, if you're cycling, if you are engaging in resistance training, we are going to be breaking down glycogen. Steps in general, so going out for a walk, going to your local supermarket, catching up with some friends, walking around your local park, that would be low intensity, steady state cardio. So that's not planned, it's not structured, it's not repetitive, and the body will actually use stored fat as a fuel. So that's a really, really good tool to use if you are someone that's looking to lose body fat. But if you are someone that says, look, I'm going to go for a run to try and lose this fat, I'm afraid to say, you probably lose weight, but it's not the best method to lose fat. And then number two, eating less food or calories. When we look at calorie restriction as a whole, a calorie deficit can yield a significant result when it comes to losing body fat. However, if you actually just look at calorie partitioning as a whole, You can eat the same amount of food, but if you just reduce the amount of carbohydrate that you're consuming and you prioritize things like protein but also fat, then the body is less likely to store that excess glucose as glycogen in the liver and the muscle or as stored body fat. Therefore, it needs to tap into other energy stores. So 20 to 50 grams of carbohydrates per day is going to yield that result. Then we prioritize your proteins and your fats as well as your calories. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, so you can go ahead, find me over there at Jack Fit Coach. I'll see you in the next video.